All right, welcome everyone to Slamazon Bros Live Week 7. Today, Andy Slamans is going to be talking to us about creating your own brand on Amazon. But first, I just want to say, go ahead and as always, just wanted to remind you to check us out at slamazonbros.com and to join us at the Slamazon Bros Facebook group, where we are actively engaging, helping sellers learn how to sell on Amazon better. But Andy today is going to be talking to us about a subject that's particularly close to his heart, something that he engages with on a daily business in his own group. He has a course regarding this, and that's Amazon brand creation, or as many of us know it as private labeling your own brand of items or items that you import to Amazon. So I am actually in Andy's course. I've been in the course for over a year. Andy, when did you first start that course?
Actually, it was a year ago, January 1st, 2014.
Okay, yeah, so I've been in it the whole time since the beginning, and I probably didn't seriously get into it until about 2 months since had gone past, which is good for anyone who's getting into it now. You don't necessarily have to start on the first day, even though I would recommend that. The way Andy lays it all out, you can really go into it anytime, but of course, the sooner you can get into it, the sooner you're going to start seeing results and selling better. But I've been in Andy's course for the whole time, like I said, and it's been a huge help to my business. So what Andy Slamans is helping us do is he's helping us learn how to create our own brand on Amazon, which is crazy to think of just a couple of years ago that I would have my own brand of products on Amazon. But now I currently have 5 different listings on Amazon that are my own brand of items, and they're actually generating almost half of my sales now. So these are items that I've imported. All of them are from China personally. You can import from other countries or even have US-based private labeled items. Mine are all from China, but they make up half my sales now. And the amazing part about it is once I get them over and into the warehouse, it's almost like it's almost like they're on autopilot. I of course manage the listing and I really look over my items and keep an eye on them, but I'm not constantly having to worry about them every single day or what my next item is going to be, because I know this is my own brand of product and I'm the only one who's on the listing, which is a huge plus. But not only am I continuing to sell my private label items, but I'm now at the point where I'm directly importing my products to the Amazon warehouse. So if you're new to Amazon, you might not know what Amazon FBA or Fulfilled by Amazon is, but basically you can send your product into an Amazon warehouse, and when the customer orders it through Prime shipping, Amazon will send that to the customer for you. So I'm at the point where I'm importing my products and Amazon is sending it to the customer, and that means I can source my product, negotiate with the supplier, import my product to the warehouse, and sell it without ever actually touching the final product, which that's just amazing to me that I'm at that point. And it took a while. It took almost a year to get to that point finally, but I have been selling it all along. In Andy's group specifically, and he's going to get into this in more detail, but I just wanted to give a little testimonial about how helpful the people are in the group, how helpful Andy and his partner Maggie are in the group. And whenever there's a question, it's amazing how quickly it gets answered by people in the group, and then often by Andy and Maggie themselves. So my experience with Andy's group has been really good. My sales level have proven how well it works. But now, Andy, you're pretty much going to give us some details of how we can look at what your process is and what it means to actually have your own brand of products and labels on Amazon. So I'll switch it over to you here. Just give us a little run through of what you do in your course and what the average seller can do through their own brand of products.
Sure. So thanks, Nate. I just want to say hi real quick. I know some folks that are watching: Heather, Mr. Wonderful, Miss Jackie, Mike. If you're in Merc by Amazon, you'll know Mike. He is often posting in there, and he's doing a great job creating T-shirts with the T-shirt opportunity that Amazon offers. There's Mary, I see you. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for hanging out with us. Ms. Nurse, thanks again for taking time out of your day. This is actually the first, this is our 6th or 7th show, but this is the first time that we're talking about private labeling, which if you've been an Amazon seller at all and been involved in some of the Facebook groups, you'll know that this is my primary way that I source inventory is through my own branded products and through private labeling. So I'm excited on today's Slamazon Bro show to actually be talking about private labeling, because this is really where my head and my business has been for the last 18 months. During this past fourth quarter, I definitely dove into online arbitrage because during the fourth quarter, it's a great opportunity to make money with purchases that you can buy just from Walmart, Kmart, and other big box stores. However, private labeling is about 95% of my sales outside of fourth quarter. And I'm going to share with you a little bit of why I chose that business model. And then I'm just going to go through real quickly kind of the 10 steps that I have been able to do to bring 35 unique SKUs to the Amazon marketplace that now generate me $60,000 a month. And these are not like magical steps. They are work, right? I often tell people anything that you do that you want to be successful at, it is going to take work. And so private labeling, building your brand is going to be work just like anything else. And there's pluses and there's minuses. For me, I wanted to private label because I saw the opportunity to do what Nate just said. I saw the opportunity to be able to ship my product from the manufacturer direct to the Amazon warehouse so I can run my business from anywhere I want in the world. For me, that's important because when I was doing retail arbitrage, I had to spend a lot of time in the stores. I can't do that now. I help homeschool my 2 children. And so for me, being out of the house, that really wasn't an option. So I had to look for a way to be able to make money that I could do it primarily staying in my home. So that's why I chose private labeling. And, you know, you'll hear me if you listen to us at all. I love the Amazon marketplace because I think that it affords us an opportunity that has never been in the history of the world, that we're able to bring our product in front of millions of customers. And, you know, that's really only been in the last 10 years. Manufacturing, design, packaging, importing, they have all evolved, right? Just like everything else has. And so what's amazing is the window of time where like you go back 20 years and in order for you, right, to build a product and to get it in front of customers, that window probably took at least one year, you know, maybe a year and a half. But in the last 20 years, manufacturing, design, packaging, importing, they've all evolved. And so that window that used to be a year and a half has now come to about 3 to 4 months is what I generally tell people. From the time that you identify a product that you want to brand, right, with your own brand, contact the manufacturer and get it into the Amazon warehouse where you're putting it in front of millions of customers, you can do that in 3 or 4 months. And so that's why I'm definitely an evangelist for private labeling and for building your brand on the Amazon marketplace. We can do it. If I can do it, and I'm not a business guy, I often tell people this. I was a social work major, and that was my bent, but I was able to figure this process out not being a business person. And so if anybody really has a good work ethic, if I can do it, anybody can do it. You can figure it out as well. You know, so I have an example of a product that is really doing well. Now, this product, they were actually on Shark Tank in 2014. However, prior to going on to Shark Tank, they started selling on Amazon in 2012, and their sales were really good. Now, some of you have probably heard of this product. I have it. It's sitting right next to me. I'm going to show it here in a second. So Heather, man, you are fast. How did you know that? So the product is the Squatty Potty. All right. So look, the Slamazon Bros, not only do we give good information, but it's like show and tell. All right. We bring products to show you. So this product right here, right, was created by a guy. I think he started making it in 2011. Simple, right? It's just a piece of plastic that fits around your toilet. And then he marketed it in a way that it is healthier for you to use a Squatty Potty, okay? and started selling it on Amazon, had crazy amount of sales. All right. Applied to get on the Shark Tank. Of course, any product that goes on the Shark Tank, once you hit on the Shark Tank, then it just goes crazy. And that's what happened to him. But prior to going on the Shark Tank, he built this brand just on the Amazon.com marketplace. And so, he was selling hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of this little plastic thing, which I imagine in China, you can probably get that manufactured for about $1 a piece. And he sells it for like $28. But because of the Amazon marketplace, we're able to do that. And so you're able to create a product, right? You can manufacture it again in that window of about 3 to 4 months. And then you can throw it in front of millions of customers. And if you market it the right way, if you use the promo codes that Amazon gives you the right way, you can hit it just like this guy did in Squatty Potty. Now, the cool thing is, so not only is Squatty Potty, right, on the Amazon marketplace, but there's also another person who copied the Squatty Potty. And so does anybody in the chat room know what the name of that one is? That one is called Easy Go Pro.
I haven't heard of that one yet.
That is actually, if you go on to Amazon, you type in Easy Go Pro, you'll see it's ranked 600 in the health category, 600, which is an insane rank. So,
yeah, that's good.
So not only is Squatty Potty killing it, their rank is probably, it's like under 50, but another person has come in. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs of the patents when it comes to the Squatty Potty, and if Squatty Potty, if he has a patent, what's happening. All I know is a competitor has come in, right? That's what's great about the marketplace where we live, has come in and now is bringing competition to the Squatty Potty, and they're selling a product that's under 600 rank. And so with the Amazon marketplace, and this is what I teach, I say, you see what's already selling, right? You do research. You have to do research to make sure there's not a patent on it. And because of the great, thing we call the internet, we're able to do that pretty good. I think about 99.9% of the time, when you go to the right sources, you can see if a product has a patent on it or not. So this lady who created the Easy Go Pro, she saw the Squatty Potty was killing it. She said, oh man, I can manufacture that. And so she brought it to the marketplace. And that's exactly what we do in the course. What I teach members is you see what's already selling. Because of the Amazon gives us the bestseller rank, you can see how good that product is selling. And also you can see how long the product has been selling like that. And then you use your imagination and you come up with something maybe that's slightly different. You add something to it as a bundle. You put your brand on it, throw it on the Amazon marketplace, and really when it gets down to the nuts and bolts, that's about how easy it is. And so, Easy Go Pro, they're riding the wave of the Squatty Potty. So when you type in Squatty Potty on Amazon, guess what comes up on that page when you scroll down? The Easy Go Pro. And she probably sells for a little bit less than the Squatty Potty. And now she's been able to build her brand on Amazon. And that's the opportunity that you and I have. So you can probably hear it in my voice. I get pretty excited about this because I think, again, it's a golden opportunity. So what I want to do today is I'm just going to go through the 10 steps that I take, and we're going to walk through them quickly. Nate and I like to keep all these broadcasts under a half hour. So we're going to go through the 10 steps that I take to bring a product, right, from an idea or from seeing it right on Amazon into the Amazon marketplace. And these 10 steps are how I've brought my 35 products that currently sell on Amazon right now. So here we go. All right.
Hey, Andy, real quick. I just want to say, anyone in chat, if you do /Q and then type your question, it'll pop up on the left side for us, and we'll go ahead and try to answer those at the end after Andy gives us his 10 tips then.
Yep. Awesome.
So go ahead, Andy.
Yep. If anyone has any questions, just make sure you write that in the chat, and then it'll come over to the left, which is right over there. That's where your question will pop up. All right. So here we go. The 10 steps. All right. And these are the ones that I use that I've used to get my 35 products. Step number 1, identify the product you want to produce and sell. So like I said earlier, I only choose products that are already selling at good ranks on Amazon. Amazon gives us the bestseller rank, so it makes it easy. And then, the little hack or tip I'll add to that is just make sure that that product is not saturated with too much competition already. So if you go on Amazon and you type in a product like silicone kitchen gloves, you'll see there's like 200 listings of silicone kitchen gloves. That is a product that you do not want to import and that you do not want to build a brand on because there's too much competition. All right. So identify your product. And another little hint into that, what I've seen with my products and with the majority of members in my group who are doing really well is they pick different niche areas for their products. So hidden products that most people wouldn't think about, those are the ones that do really well. So that's step one. Step two is this. Get a customs agent, get a customs bond, and get a freight forwarder. All right. So now I'm speaking to those of you in the chat who really want to make private labeling a big piece of your business. Now hear this. This is step number two. And this is where a lot of members in my course and a lot of other folks that I've talked to make the mistake. They identify the product, they contact the manufacturer, they get ready to ship it, but they haven't done the work of taking care of the preparations to receive that shipment. And really it's simple. And this is why I say it's step number two. All you need to do, and it's going to cost you money, but again, if you want to make this a business, you want to do it the right way, is you have to get a customs agent that is your customs agent and get a freight forwarder. Now, what I do is my customs agent and freight forwarder, they both do it together. So it's the same organization. And the process is simple. I just call them up. I say, hey, look, I would like for you to be my customs agent. They send me some forms through email. I give them the power of attorney to handle my shipments. And I pay $400 for a customs bond that's good for a year, and then that's it. And then when I get ready to ship my product, all I do is I tell the customs agent, hey, look, this manufacturer here is ready to ship this, and then my customs agent handles everything from that point forward. All right, so that's step number two. Please hear that. If you want to make this a business, do the work, get a customs agent, get a freight forwarder. All right, here's the third piece. Decide how you're going to make your product better or how you're going to bundle it to make it better from your competition. So going back to the example we just used of the Easy Go Pro, right, who got their idea from the Squatty Potty, guess what the Easy Go Pro lady did? She customized colors for her Squatty Potty. So Squatty Potty, they were killing it, right? But they were only selling white Squatty Potties. So what does the Easy Go Pro owner do? She says, what could I do different, right, to make a unique selling point for my brand? She customized it with colors, right? And so that's step number three is decide how you're going to make yours better. Decide if you're going to add something to it. If you're going to bundle it with something that complements it, right? Because then that's going to put you ahead of the competition. Step number four, go to Alibaba and find a manufacturer. Again, this is how I've connected with all of my manufacturers was through Alibaba. Now, just so you know this, all right, on a sidebar, there is more to discuss about this option of going, or this step of going to Alibaba. For the sake of this show, we don't have time to get into it. If you were to join our course, we go into details on the best way, right, to accomplish this step. But I've met all of my manufacturers from Alibaba. I've sent over $250,000, right, through wire transfers to China to my manufacturers I connected with on Alibaba, and I've had zero issues, okay? That's not to say that one day I might have some, but up to this point, I haven't had any issues, okay? But that's step number four is go to Alibaba. You're going to find the supplier that manufactures the product that you're looking for. Step number five is this. Once you find that manufacturer, you're going to order samples from that manufacturer to check the quality, okay? You never place an order or a large order without getting samples first. And so that's step number five. You're going to get samples. All right, step number six, you're going to design your logo. And you're going to figure out with your manufacturer how you're going to put your logo on the product. This is the great thing again, when I talked about the window has become shorter and shorter, the manufacturers, suppliers of China have evolved. Their processes are streamlined. What used to take a year and a half, you can get done now in 3 to 4 months. The design issues that maybe used to take 3 to 4 months, you can now get done in 3 to 4 days, okay? And so you're going to design your logo, and all the manufacturers in China have in-house design teams. And so I've gotten a lot of my logos done on Fiverr. It cost me $5. And they're great artists, got the logo done. I communicate that. I send that to my supplier in China. He sends it to his design team. They figure out how they're going to get that on the product. And so
I was going to say, Andy, my first product I did on Fiverr as well. And then my second, I think the second product I did, my supplier, like you're saying, just gave me a logo or like an idea for one. And I actually really liked the one that he gave me, and I just tweaked it a little bit, but the actual supplier gave me a really good idea for my packaging material and logo that looks really good actually. So these manufacturers or suppliers have good resources at their disposal that they can help with, and they're ready to help.
Yep, absolutely. Most of them have in-house design teams that are professional artists, and they're professionals that are working with the software to create a logo. So that's what you want to do. All right, so that's step number 6. Step number 7 is you want to get another sample shipped with your logo on it. All right, don't bypass that step. So you're going to get a sample, first of all, just a generic one. You're then going to create your logo. You are then going to get them to ship you another sample, which you will have to pay for, but it is worth it, with your logo on it. Because what could happen is they might do your logo, they might put it on your product, you might get that sample and you might be like, oh man, this is not right. It's not what I was thinking. You always have to get that sample with the logo on it where you can feel it, you can measure it, and you can fall in love with it. After that, then you're ready to place the final order when you have fallen in love with that second sample with your logo on it. So step number 8, you're going to send the final payment to that manufacturer, right? You're going to contact your freight forwarder, who I talked with you about earlier, who's then going to contact the manufacturer and is going to get your item shipped. And this is the piece, again, I just want to reiterate, because a lot of people, they make this piece too difficult. When it comes to whether you ship by air or whether you ship by boat, if you are working with a customs agent and a freight forwarder, they will handle that entire process for you. They will fill out all the needed paperwork. They will handle it when it comes to the port. They will do everything. And so, they do charge, but it's a little bit that you add on to your overall margin. But they make the piece easy. So, that's step number 8. Step number 9 is this. You're going to take great photos and you're going to make a great listing. I recommend using a professional photographer. I use fbaphotos.com. Again, if you're in the course, you'll know that that's a member of my course who runs that. He is a professional. And, my thinking is I'll pay $400 for great pictures, because this product is going to make me a whole lot more than the amount that I'm putting into it. So you want to take great photos. You want to make a great listing. All right. That's step number 9. Look, we're almost done. Step number 10 is this. You're going to launch your product using Amazon's promo code giveaway system. Amazon has designed this. They've set it up. It is run through them, right? And if you do it by Amazon's TOS, everything is kosher, and that's the way you're going to bring your product from page 200 in search when you created it to page 1, 2, 3, or 4. Is by launching it the right way. Step number 10. So right there are the 10 steps that I've used, again, to bring my 35 products. And those are the 10 steps in a nutshell. Again, my advice is, if this interests you at all, it's a golden opportunity. You want to definitely take advantage of it. So right now, I just read over 2 million people signed up as Prime members in November and December of 2015. Now catch that, 2 million. that now most people estimate, Amazon doesn't give these numbers out, but most people estimate there's 40 to 45 million Prime members just in the US and over 60 million Prime members worldwide. Now we're just talking about the Prime, Amazon Prime members. When you add in the 150 million Amazon customer shoppers who aren't Prime members, you can see now you're working with over 200 million potential customers who you can place your product in front of. That's a crazy opportunity you and I have to build our brand of products on Amazon. Again, it's a golden opportunity. So if you're interested at all in private labeling, I encourage you, check out the course. It begins this Friday, January 1st. You can find out more details if you go to andrewslammons.com. I teach it with a person who taught me how to import and private label. Her name is Maggie Cuson. When she told me first to find a manufacturer on Alibaba, I thought she was crazy. She walked me through the process. She really held my hand. That's what we attempt to do with every member who joins our course as well. We go into much greater detail, each of the 10 steps that I just had. So there it is. I hope that you all had a great Christmas. Have a great new year. And I hope that together, as we engage each other as a community, we can make 2016 an epic year for selling on Amazon. Thanks a lot, you guys. Thanks those of you in the chat room who have joined us. Nate, I hand it over to you.
All right. Yeah, Andy, I think we have a couple minutes here to just fire off a couple of these questions we have. Let's just touch on them real quick. Just for some new people who are joining us, give us in a couple sentences, what is Alibaba? I know you explained it a little bit, but just briefly, what does Alibaba do and what does it allow us to do?
Sure. So Alibaba is a B2B site. It's a business to business site. There's another site that's really major in China. It's called AliExpress. AliExpress is more like an eBay where you can buy one or two of an item. Alibaba is where you're connecting with manufacturers who are going to have minimum order quantities, where you're going to be purchasing like 100 of an item, 500 of an item, or maybe 20,000 of an item. But you are connecting generally directly with the manufacturers. And again, there are some nuances. And so if you are new to sourcing on Alibaba, I definitely recommend you need to connect with somebody who knows what they're doing and knows what to look for on Alibaba. But that's a brief definition.
Yeah, I think that summarizes it good. So a question that I'm sure you get a lot, Andy, and someone wanted to know is they see a lot of new sellers jumping into private label. What does that mean for the future of private label? Is it going to get saturated? Or I think I know your answer already. Do you feel like there's still room for this e-commerce to grow and private label specifically to grow going forward?
Yeah, just like anything, you have to be smart. And definitely more and more people are jumping on the bandwagon. And this is where if you go back to step number 1, I believe, when you identify your product, you want to be able to identify how you can make your product. What kind of unique selling point or proposition can you come up with for your product? You want to import products that create answers to people's pain points, right? And again, you can look at before you begin the process on Amazon. You can look and see if that product is too saturated by putting in the keywords. And if there's a million listings that come up, then you don't want that one. You go to the next one. But the great thing is there are still millions of products that are on the Amazon marketplace. It is a growing marketplace. And so if you're smart and you pick good products, again, like I said, in niche categories, I think it's going to be endless. Look, people have been buying and selling since the caveman days, and it'll continue. You just have to know what the consumer wants.
Yep, that sounds good. And then the next question is, how do they find your products? And you touched on this a little bit. I think I'll just explain it a little bit.
Yep.
As you were saying, and in the course, Andy goes through some of the metrics that we use and some of the tools and tips and tricks we use to help rank up the product. So this is what Andy was talking about when he said you can utilize Amazon's giveaway and promo code program. You actually give away some of your products and you have people give you honest reviews, and this helps rank up your product. And that's one way where this is the nice part about Amazon. You don't really personally have to do anything to have people find your product. If you've done the research that Andy just went through, and as he teaches in more detail in the group in his course, you don't really have to do that much work. Through the promo code and the giveaways, people will find your product because it's on rank 1 or page 1 or 2 or 3, like you said, of the search. And that's where the research goes into ahead of time, making sure it's an item or a keywords that people are searching for. I think that's pretty much how people find your product. So does that make sense to you, Andy?
Yep, exactly.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for today. One last question we had was what freight forwarding or customs company you use. I don't know. Are they still accepting anyone, the one that you currently use?
Yeah. So I don't give that out publicly. I give it to members in my group in our course. If you're really interested in this process, send me a PM on Facebook, and we can talk a little bit more, and I can tell you who I use. But no, my freight forwarder customs agent, they still are accepting customers. I don't give them out publicly. I really want to vet who's going to use them. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up with that. Again, I just want to say my personal experience with Andy's course has been really good. And it's not even really with me talking with you. It's more me watching what's in there, listening to you and Maggie both talk and give advice. And then even more than that, sometimes the other group members have been really helpful. So I know, like we said before, I have a new wife and a new baby on the way. And one of the reasons I've been able to scale this business is because my private label items now make up half of my sales. And I just know that this is something going forward, like you said, in order to have enough time and resources each day, this is definitely going to be a vital part of my business. So I like what you've done with it so far. I thank everyone that joined us today. We'll have a replay available soon on Slamazon Bros Facebook group and slamazonbros.com. If you guys want to share that with family and friends, we appreciate that. We'll see you guys all in the group. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone once again, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.